Okay, I knew when I did Doctor Doom comics versus Darth Vader movies, I was gonna get some flack, and I did rightfully so. I even said that I'm taking Uber Doom and taking him against a relatively weak version of Vader. So let's do movie versus movie. I'm not counting Fan Four Stick. I haven't seen it. It's on my Netflix queue, so whenever it comes out, I'll probably waste the DVD space and the postage to get it to come to my house and back. So this is movie Doom. Yes, Julie McMahon, no relation to Vince, who's awesome in Nip Tuck, had the unenviable task of having a really, really horrible interpretation of Doom. No magic background. Kind of a rich guy. They almost made him out like evil Steve Jobs, which would be just Steve Jobs. Versus movie Darth Vader. Again, this is classic trilogy Darth Vader. Same rules apply. Intelligence, fighting ability, strength, speed, durability, and vulnerability, energy rejection, versatility, and X Factor. If it's 5 to 4, a person with 5 more likely will win. As it gets farther and farther away, it's more of a stop. So here we go. Intelligence. I had to think about this one for quite a bit. Because I was like, well, in the movies, Doctor Doom, he's considered to be a very intelligent individual. He runs a tremendously successful company, and he's able to pretty easily ascertain what it was that Silver Surfer's power came from and how to harness it for his own. And I was like, that's actually a pretty high degree of intelligence. It's all scientific based, really nothing when it comes to the world of magic. I was like, I'd probably still give him an edge when it comes to just intelligence. He did a really good job when it came to ascertaining the powers of an individual and how to usurp them pretty easily. Darth Vader in the movies never really was shown to have a tremendous aptitude when it came to his military tactics were good, but really didn't see that much more really beyond that. Fighting ability. Yeah, Doom really didn't fight at all. That's why he got beat down by 4 people who just realized how their powers work. So Vader, at least he had a tremendous amount of physical combat. He actually fought individuals. Strength. Doom didn't really show anything that proved that he had any true level of superhuman strength, like what is in the comics. So it makes me kind of think that, who do I give this one to? So we got a Doom, and I've got a Vader. I'm going to give him the strength edge here to Vader. At least we saw him do things that required a higher level than peak human strength. You also could make the argument that the cybernetics did actually enhance his overall strength. He didn't do anything that was a really true, huge feat of strength, but most things they did do were actually of a higher caliber than what we saw Doom do. Speed. Yeah, Doom, again, no super speed, no flying. Kind of just walked around a lot and got beat down. So I'll actually give a slight speed edge to Darth Vader. He showed that with the Force, he was actually slightly faster than an average human. So you're comparing slightly faster than average human in a metal suit, with no true level of flight or anything like that. Durability. You have the recuperative abilities of the Force. You have the fact that you have a guy in a cybernetic suit, so he's not actually taxing his system anywhere near as much. Where Doom, for the most part, inside the suit, there's really nothing that's helping him out tremendously when it comes to him not exerting any sort of energy. In vulnerability, I'll give that edge to Doom. When he came to the first movie, they actually had to beat him by kind of using the Nova Burst technique. Because they realized that he could take a tremendous amount of physical abuse and still keep on moving. So they kind of had to just crystallize his body so he couldn't move anymore. Energy projection. I'm looking at the telekinesis on the one side of Vader versus shooting lightning. Lightning appears to do some pretty decent damage. I'm pretty sure they're going to say, yeah, but Vader could use his lightsaber to try to block it. It was good for blocking forced lightning, which seemed much more stringier and had a much smaller amount of arc. Where the arc that we saw Doctor Doom use was a much wider burst, much more difficult for someone like Vader to try to block with the lightsaber. versatility. You're looking at Doom. Sorry, you're looking at Darth Vader, telekinesis, tremendous amount of things that he could do, whether it was throwing switches, choking, throwing things, throwing people. The telekinesis is going to give a much, much greater edge than what we saw Doom pretty much do. And then for the overall X factor, I'm going to give that again to Darth Vader. If you look at what Vader was able to do in the three main fights that he had, he showed a nice, aggressive, he was pushing his opponent. Doom at this time, very, very new when it comes to the use of his powers. He's going to probably try to do like, here was the lightning, which when you saw him do the lightning, even Sue Storm, who was at that time still new in her powers, was able to block it. Which makes me think that Darth Vader could probably do enough with telekinesis to move his hand, so the blast is going to arc away, probably still deflect enough of it. And it's going to come down to, well, my lightsaber takes one shot. Once he hits Doom, that's it, he's going to kill him. And he's going to cut off that arm, and he's going to be like, what the? And it's going to be, or he's going to be like, you just have lightning? Yeah. Well, if I just go and then I throw your hands up in the air, and then I take my lightsaber and I just go, whoop, I've defeated you pretty easily because you have nothing that's going to stop my telekinesis. Nothing that's going to stop any of my force-related abilities. He's going to be able to constantly easily probe his mind. He's going to know exactly what it's going to take to do. He's going to know if there's an arrogance. He's going to know if there's an anger. He's going to know how to push him out of being cold and calculating, and he's limited his moveset. And he's going to very easily eviscerate Doom. So if you're looking at movie versus movie, Vader flat out owns Doom. Movie versus movie. Of course, that doesn't mean that later on this week we will do comics versus expanded universe, which is not considered canonical anymore